Cavs game 3 tomorrow night. It's going to be a crazy night tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Between the draft and
We've had these before. Remember, like back in the day where we've had draft night be Cavs playoffs and so on and so forth. It's not the first time. And it's a wild night.
Hopefully it won't be the last time either. Well, I guess they could be playing on a different day, but still be in the playoffs.
Let's hope that we don't need all these first-round picks to be like banger picks,
well,
as opposed to years past. You know?
Yeah, that we haven't had that very often, where we're not desperately waiting for the draft. But we'll get back to that next hour. Let's get to the Cavs here, guys, and James Harden and so far what he's been in this series. Number one in the playoffs in points per. What does ISO mean? Refresh my memory.
Isolation.
Okay.
Isolation.
1 point per P&R. I have no idea what that is.
Pick and roll.
All right. That's fifth in the playoffs. He's been great. I mean, the three best.
That just showed you can never say I'm a ball knower again if you couldn't figure out P&R and ISO.
You know what? I never called myself a ball knower. I just said you guys are overrated.
Oh, Bull, I thought you've always claimed to be a ball knower.
I am a ball knower. What a lame term that is. But what I do know is that the three best players on the Cavs are all through 2 games, for what it's worth. You know, you're going to play better teams than the Raptors the rest of the way. But the 3 of them are playing great basketball.
You can't ask for anything more.
Yeah.
Stars win in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you can have depth that leads you to the playoffs, and Toronto's a prime example of they have a bunch of nice pieces, but they don't have that alpha dog superstar who can bail you out of late shot clock situations. Right. And through 2 games, and it's just 2 games, and it'll change as they play tougher and tougher opponents later on. Donovan and James have both been essentially perfect in those late shot clock, late game situations. Toronto in game 1 basically played a vanilla defense and said, if you guys can beat us one-on-one, go ahead. And those 2 beat them one-on-one 98 out of 100 times. In game 2, Toronto made some adjustments. They tried to blitz and pick and rolls. They tried to trap high, make either Donovan or James pass the ball and let someone else beat them. The issue is they share the court so much that when you kick the rock, it's now either Donovan or James attacking a 4-on-3, and that's going to be beneficial to the Cavs 97 out of 100 times. Yeah, they've been everything you could ask for and more through 2 games.
I think that defense worked a little when they were not on the court together. There was a stretch early in the fourth quarter where Donovan couldn't get a good look there. There was a couple times where he was getting double teamed, right? And then James came back on the court, and then Donovan took over at the end of the game, right? Like the Raptors. The Cavs from like the late in the third quarter to the middle of the fourth quarter, they got the 1-3 from Merrill and the 1-3 from Tyson, and basically they didn't do anything else offensively for a while, and yet Toronto couldn't get closer than 7 or 8, whatever it was, and then then Harden comes back on the floor, and then Mitchell just cooked them at the end of the game.
He did, and my concern all along going into this postseason is like who's going to be the third scorer, like who, because we know Harden can do it. Obviously he's a great scorer. Donovan's proven it time and time again in the postseason that he can do it. But like, how many points can those guys score combined? Like 70
on a good night. If they get 70,
to expect them to have
terrific.
70 on a given night. Okay, where's the other 40 or 50 going to come from?
Well, the role guys have to start making shots.
100%.
Like Strus was awesome in game 1. But in game 2, Strus, Merrill, Ellis, Dean,
Tyson.
and Schroeder, and Tyson, those 6 guys combined for like 15 points. I don't know the exact number. They combined for like 15 points.
Well, they scored, the top 3 scored over 80
They scored 83 of the 115. So you can do the math, and I'm not good enough to do
Right, you can't win that way every time with just,
35 points from
and
the
the dilemma, we've talked about it with Dean Wade. He's obviously done an excellent job defensively on Brandon Ingram. He's completely shut him down. But he is completely useless on the other end. Like it's
4 on 5.
It is. Now it's tricky. I don't know what they're going to do going forward with him.
Real quick, because we're going to get to this.
And I know Donovan made a big point of pointing out what Dean Wade is doing, and I give him his credit. He has played great defense. He has no confidence on the offensive end whatsoever.
As of right now, he's made more threes in the playoffs than Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder.
He's made 2, Mike.
Well, my point is the other guys aren't making shots.
He loves a good stat.
I mean, come on. The second one, they were up by 20 when he made it.
I'm just saying he's actually made a shot, unlike some of the other role guys who have yet to make a shot. He's a non-factor of it. Those guys have all sucked. When have I ever in a million years said Dean Wade?
Okay, but you're defending his offense. Don't defend his offense.
You're throwing out like he's the only guy who didn't show up offensively in game 2. There was like 6 guys that didn't show up offensively.
I agree, but it is a dilemma how much you play. Those guys aren't playing the minutes that Dean Wade is playing.
When we talk about Emmanuel quickly in the second hour, you're going to point out something, and I'm going to counter and blow your mind on a point with D Wade and what he does.
All I'm saying is, I don't know the
He's got to make shots. Yes.